This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000.
You've made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. I look forward to showing you just how different I am.
Because everything that he said, denouncing me and then confirming me, and then talking about, that all happened a day before the report about the 9-year-old boy.
He finds his name in the news in what is a civil lawsuit on behalf of this 13-year-old. Now, this is a crazy story. This 13-year-old, I guess, lied to her parents about where she was.
Jaguar writes bold predictions appear to be hitting the mark once more, this time pulling Jay-Z into the spotlight. The hip-hop legend is now reportedly facing a new lawsuit alongside his close friend Diddy, sending ripples through the music industry. For nearly 2 decades, Jay-Z and Diddy have been seen as inseparable powerhouses in music and business, their bond a testament to hip-hop's enduring success. However, Diddy's recent arrest has raised questions, with Jay-Z's conspicuous silence fueling speculation. Adding fuel to the fire, rumors claim Jay-Z and Beyoncé may have retreated to escape the mounting turmoil. Now, with fresh allegations emerging, Jay-Z has finally broken his silence, and the revelations are nothing short of shocking. Could this mark a pivotal turning point for the iconic rapper's legacy? The unfolding drama has fans and insiders alike questioning what's next for one of hip-hop's most celebrated figures.
All right, did you hear about this? Rapper and music mogul Jay-Z is now being accused of a 13-year-old girl with Sean Diddy Combs during an MTV VMA after party in the year 2000. The rapper issued a blistering statement in response and directed his comments at attorney Tony Busby, who filed the suit, saying, quote, "You've made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. I look forward to showing you just how different I am." Criminal defense attorney Lexi Rigdon joins me now. Lexi, good morning to you. What a development here. So another thing Jay-Z said in his statement is that this was a civil suit filed against him. And he said these allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one, essentially saying, if I really did these things, treat me the way I should be treated. So how should we be thinking about all of this? What do you think?
Well, that's some denial from him. And, sometimes celebrities have pretty muted denials, like, I'm not going to comment now, or I direct all questions to my lawyers. I actually admire the strength of the denial. I think that at this point, there's no objective indicia of reliability to this complaint. Now, obviously, things are going to play out and we're going to end up learning more. But if you look at it on its face, it's a 24-year-old complaint. Very significantly, he was not named in the lawsuit in the first instance when it was filed. The girl was allegedly 13 at the time it happened, and in the complaint it says that she had been given something and she was quote unquote woozy. And so I think that this just needs to be looked at in kind of a measured way. Unlike the media is treating some people.
For Jay-Z, this presents a very difficult situation because unlike Sean Combs, Jay-Z doesn't have the opportunity to say that he's being charged criminally and that this civil case should be paused. Instead, this case could go forward and he would have to sit for depositions, argue, defend, show where his whereabouts were, and the light of day could be very damaging to him both in the court of law and the court of public.
Jay-Z has publicly denied all allegations, expressing heartbreak for his family. These allegations are so heinous that I implore filing a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Anyone committing such a crime against a minor deserves to be locked away, he stated. He emphasized the alleged victims deserve real justice if the claims are valid. Meanwhile, his attorney swiftly responded in court, filing a motion to deny the accuser's request for anonymity and seeking dismissal of the lawsuit. The legal team described the case as a cynical and calculated campaign aimed at extorting an exorbitant sum of money, firmly standing against what they consider a baseless accusation.
There are a number of reasons as to why a defendant would ask that a plaintiff be named in a civil lawsuit such as this. They may simply say that getting the name and the time and place of when something occurred would better allow them to prepare for a defense. The other, probably less benign reason is oftentimes when someone is accused of a crime like this, the accuser doesn't want to be named, and if they are forced to be named, we have seen certain people decide to drop the lawsuit altogether. So it could be a tactic to try to get the lawsuit dropped.
The wall of silence has now been broken, and victims are coming.
This recent revelation stems from one of at least 7 civil lawsuits filed against Jay-Z in October by attorney Tony Busby. The lawsuits allege that Jay-Z has been involved in wrongdoing against dozens of victims over the past 2 decades, sparking significant legal and public attention.
Was that it was going on openly in front of other people.
Jay-Z is staying on the offensive, going after not only the attorney who filed the lawsuit against him and Diddy, that would be Tony Busby, the attorney, but also the accuser. And he has filed a new motion this morning, which we're going to get to in a moment, but basically he wants to level the playing field with the accuser. But first, we got to start with this response that Jay-Z had to the allegation. Catch you up real quick if you hadn't heard, but a woman who had filed a lawsuit against Diddy back in October, alleging that he had her at a VMA after party in the year 2000 when she was only 13 years old.
Right. Remember, this is when she allegedly was given a drink. She felt woozy, and there was Diddy, and there was a male celebrity who was unnamed at the time, and also a female celebrity.
Well, that unnamed celebrity is now named. She refiled the lawsuit on Sunday. She and her attorney, Tony Busby, refiled it and named Jay-Z as the unnamed celebrity involved in the. Jay-Z's response is extraordinary in that, look, we've seen all these lawsuits against Diddy, dozens of them now at this point, and frequently his response has been to deny it, but to say nothing else. Jay-Z went way more than just denying it. He did do that, but then went directly after the attorney. Part of his statement said, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt from a lawyer named Tony Busby. It made me want to expose you, Tony Busby, for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny." This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor.
Tony Busby, the attorney representing the accusers, has come forward with allegations that could change the course of the case. Busby claims investigators have been offering to pay his clients in exchange for filing lawsuits against high-profile figures like Jay-Z and Diddy. According to an Instagram post, investigators from New York have reached out to both current and former clients of Busby's law firm. However, one of the clients decided to record the conversation, exposing what Busby describes as shocking and illegal behavior. A portion of the transcript reveals an investigator saying, "In a couple of days or maybe next week, anyone Googling Busby and his company will see litigation. What we're trying to do is put this together for the company we're working for. We could get you paid. You could get money soon. We gave this kid $1,000 to start yesterday just to get him on the right path." The investigator went on to confirm that this effort would eventually go through the courts. Busby is now suing, stating that those involved in this scheme are on tape offering to pay clients to sue his law firm, a clear violation of the law. Meanwhile, the details of the lawsuit against Jay-Z and Diddy continue to unfold. The latest allegations involve a 13-year-old fan whose dream was to attend the VMAs and experience the music industry firsthand. Instead, the teenager was reportedly taken advantage of by Jay-Z and Diddy, two of the most influential and celebrated figures in music. These new revelations add a disturbing layer to the ongoing legal battle, leaving many questioning the true extent of the accusations.
This 13-year-old, I guess, lied to her parents about where she was at this night, and she wanted to be at the VMAs. So she rolls over to the Radio City Music Hall. This is in New York City, where the VMAs was being hosted, and she's like trying to get into the VMAs, She can't get in. She's going up to limo drivers and trying to shoot her shot, which at 13 years old, what the hell are you doing at the VMAs? I guess it was a different time. She ends up talking to a limo driver, discussing her plan, what she's trying to do. And apparently this driver was like, hey, you know, Diddy likes young girls, I'm paraphrasing here, and you're exactly perfect, perfect for the job here. And that's how she ends up getting exactly what she's wanted here. She goes to this after party hosted by P. Diddy, and she's there with Sean Diddy Combs, Sean Carter, who we know as Jay-Z, and Celebrity B, which is this female celebrity.
The lawsuit against Jay-Z and Diddy claims a chilling incident that took place in 2000 when the alleged victim, who was 13 years old at the time, was reportedly targeted by both music moguls. According to the suit, the young girl attended the MTV Video Music Awards in New York, but didn't have a ticket to enter. Desperate to gain access to the show or an after-party, she approached various limousine drivers. One driver, who allegedly worked for Diddy, told her she fit what Diddy was looking for and invited her to an after-party, instructing her to return to his car later that evening after transporting Diddy and Jay-Z. The driver picked her up later, and after a 20-minute ride, they arrived at a white house with a U-shaped driveway. Upon arrival, she was asked to sign a document, which she believed was a non-disclosure agreement, and was not given a copy. The party inside, the lawsuit claims, was filled with celebrities, some using drugs like marijuana and cocaine. The accuser was allegedly offered a drink that made her feel woozy, lightheaded, and in need of rest. She went into a room to lie down, and shortly afterward, both Diddy and Jay-Z entered the room. According to the suit, Diddy allegedly said, "You're ready to party," and it was at this moment that the victim claims Jay-Z and Diddy acted inappropriately. The accuser alleges that Carter, Jay-Z, removed her clothes and held her down while Diddy and an unnamed female celebrity watched. The lawsuit claims that Jay-Z allegedly assaulted her while the others looked on. She says she was able to resist further advances from Jay-Z by hitting him in the neck, which caused him to stop. After the alleged assault, the victim grabbed her clothes and fled, eventually calling her father from a gas station. The lawsuit, which is filed under New York's Victims of Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, is seeking unspecified damages. The shocking nature of these allegations has rocked the music industry, leaving many to question the truth of the claims. Jay-Z has vehemently denied the accusations, asserting that they are entirely false. His legal team has called the lawsuit a cynical and calculated attempt to extort money, dismissing the claims as baseless. However, public reaction has been anything but unanimous. Some fans argue that Jay-Z is being framed, a victim of guilt by association amid a wave of high-profile scandals involving figures like R. Kelly and Diddy. Others, however, point out troubling connections that cannot be ignored. The fact that Jay-Z maintained close friendships with both Diddy and R. Kelly, two men now facing legal repercussions and prison sentences, has raised questions about his possible involvement, whether through guilt by association or more. As the legal battle intensifies, public opinion remains divided, with fans and critics alike closely watching every development in this disturbing case. The questions surrounding Jay-Z's involvement in the lawsuit only seem to be growing louder with each passing day, keeping the controversy at the forefront of the public's eye.
Because we are the Hove cast, right? I do want to tiptoe around this. Not tiptoe, but like, I do want to be objective in this, and I want you guys to share the reasoning for why you don't believe this case in general. And I don't want it to just be because I know Jay-Z. I want to talk about.
It's not about no.
I don't even like.
That's not even it. It's not it at all. It's just this is just absolute. Okay, so a 13-year-old girl signed the NDA, went to an after party. She escaped the house, made it across the street down the block to a gas station. Called her father. Her father picks her up from this gas station. This was in 2000, it's supposed to be, so 24 years ago this happened, and this is the first time where ever, like, the father didn't go in that house.
I don't really want to go that route, because I do think there is a world where that's probably happened somewhere. Like, it's always tough to say with his time. I always think that's a cheap thing, because there's been plenty of that are true that do come out 20 years later. It's a rough process for women when these types of things happen, especially when they are children and maybe we're out doing something they shouldn't have done. Like, I shouldn't be at this party, and I'm not going to tell anyone that I got. Keep it to themselves until they're adults and their brain processes it. So that's not why I don't think this is true. I think it's the moves that have been made since October with this case aren't really movements of someone that is guilty. Is really where I'm on the side. I
just none of this is believable. None of it. It's just the most far-fetched
I don't
thing.
think...
Like, what is this?
But you can understand, because kind of what Damaris is prying. Like, optically, you can understand why the internet and some people would feel emboldened enough to turn against Jay and say, we knew it, he's been this guy, you know, and if you they're just kind of going with the story, you can see why, like, because
when they say, I'm gonna get into my objective parts in a second.
When people online say he's been this guy, what does that mean?
Well, I mean, just optically, he's a long-standing friendship with Diddy. They do the brunch thing. There's obviously all you need is a bunch of photos with someone, and then you're accused of everything that person did.
That's true. Crazy.
He did 2 tours with R. Kelly. They have 2 albums together. Like, there's just like, it's just enough for people to be like, oh yes, this makes sense.
There's no way you're next to all these nasty people and not being nasty.
You're not.
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying with that.
She's going by Jane Doe in this case, filed the complaint back in October, but has just now revised it to include Jay-Z, making him the first celebrity to actually be named in a case with Diddy. And let's just say that the internet is not surprised, nor do they have much sympathy. Somebody commented and said, this is the least surprising headline I've read on X in years. Another person said, I was waiting for the Jay-Z stories. I believe it. I mean, guys, like, the comments go on for miles here. Well, we tried to tell you, not shocked. We already knew he was involved. Now, obviously, this is incredibly important to note, especially if we're being consistent here, but in this country, people are innocent until proven guilty. Even people who have been close friends with Diddy for like 30 years and most likely knew about or attended his freak-offs, even they are innocent until proven guilty. That is how our justice system works, and hopefully we still have a shred of integrity. But in the court of public opinion, Jay-Z is done, and apparently he's been done for a while. Somebody commented and said, Jay-Z was close friends with R. Kelly, Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, and now suddenly there's no way he could be a LMFAO. There is thread upon thread upon thread exposing him, going viral on X, literally racking up upwards of 20 million views each. One of them said, Jay-Z a criminal turned tycoon, a thread exposing all the rapper's involvements with minors and a real. And the one thing that all of these threads bring up and really start with is the age discrepancy with when he met and started dating Beyonce, who was 12 years younger than him, and the fact that they've never really given a clear answer. They've said anything from 15 years old to 19.
Amid the swirling allegations, Jay-Z and Beyonce made a bold public appearance at their daughter Blue Ivy's red carpet premiere. The power couple exuded poise and confidence, sending a clear message that despite the controversy, family comes first, and they remain united in the face of adversity.
Hi, Beyonce. Hi. Blue, you look beautiful. Also, your
Joey, I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it, it's long, where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
So based on the allegations, Jessica, good morning, good to see you. I think that it certainly could be. Why do I say that? Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement.
Yeah.
He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because New York, and what's alleged in this complaint is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, her, and that, of course, the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors, and if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to the evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right, more than 24 years ago, but in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, need to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and, you know, we'll see what happens or if the DA looks and investigates.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick.
50 Cent has explained his decision to mock Jay-Z amid the recent allegations against the rapper and Diddy. The 49-year-old rapper took to X, formerly Twitter, after the December 8th lawsuit broke, questioning the status of the Super Bowl halftime show, which Jay-Z's Rock Nation curates with the NFL. In a December 9th interview, 50 Cent elaborated on his joke, revealing it was a playful jab aimed at the situation. Despite the serious nature of the allegations, 50 Cent's comment drew attention, and his explanation shed light on his intent to troll Jay-Z in light of the unfolding controversy.
Yeah, I'm asking for Kendrick. You know, I'm just trying to figure out if we're still doing everything the way. Because look, they will fall back. They, like the NFL, they won't necessarily be associated.
50 Cent didn't stop at trolling Jay-Z on X. On December 9th, after Jay-Z attended the MFAA premiere with Beyoncé and their daughter Blue Ivy, 50 posted a now-deleted Instagram message mocking Jay-Z for attending the event amid the ongoing legal drama. This move followed years of 50 Cent calling out Jay-Z and Beyoncé, including referencing their alleged dark secrets and labeling Jay-Z a monster during Jaguar Wright's explosive appearance on the Piers Morgan show. Jaguar, who has consistently accused the couple of hiding their true nature, claims she's now seeing the truth emerge. Despite Jay-Z and Beyoncé's legal team reportedly working to suppress her claims, including removing the infamous interview, Jaguar remains undeterred. With the recent lawsuit involving a 13-year-old victim and new allegations linking Jay-Z to the case, she believes her long-standing warnings are finally being validated.
This is a tough day because, you know, look, and I have to say I don't know the truth. But Jaguar has been warning us about Jay-Z. Jay-Z has now had an official lawsuit. It's everywhere. It's now being talked about louder than ever. I guess, does that give you some peace to know that people are finally really questioning this man?
It's emboldening me. I spoke on Piers Morgan. I said that I had 3 victims that I've been working with, victims of the Carters, that were ready to come forward. This might help them feel a little more confident now. So this is great because he's been evading. But the thing is, everyone in the backdrop knew that he was the celebrity John Doe. Everybody knew that. They knew it when I did Piers Morgan.
Is Beyonce celebrity B?
I hope to God not. But she was around. And she's very... she's got enough on her plate. After everything that happened with the election and everything that's happening right now, I'm not going to dump on that woman. She got better fish to fry.
Well,
what I will say is that her husband, she knows exactly who he... From the second that I did Piers Morgan, they've been trying to convince people that I had something to do with these girls. Because when I was on Piers Morgan, I said I had 3 victims that were ready to come forward. The problem is I didn't say I had Diddy victims. I said I have 3 victims against the Carters. That's not Diddy.
Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many up people does he have to be around before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm Love now. It seems like Jay-Z would try to run away from his
eye, calling that love and anything that he did love. Brother love. What kind of love? Baby oil love. Baby love. Baby love. Explicit love. Hey! They never thought that hip hop would take it this far.
Oh man, it's different now.
These lyrics are all hitting different right now. All the people talking about fathers, all kinds of stuff.
So let's just start with Piers Morgan because there's a headline that went out that was very powerful that people are running with where it just says, Jay-Z is the real monster. Now, before you speak on it, to even get to Piers Morgan, can you explain how that took place and why even take that interview to go forward?
Well, excuse me. I can't say that I sought it out because I didn't. Truth is we didn't see it coming. But I have to credit Odell.
Got Odeezy.
My love. I have to credit him because since we've combined and joined forces and become a hell of an investigative journalism team. See, I'm the content, I'm the passion, I'm the voice. I'm also the brain, but I do too much by myself. That's the brain. That's the administrator. That's the bloodhound. And there were so many people that hacked into so many of my accounts. People didn't even know how to get in touch with me anymore. And Odell created that lane. And they reached out to him. Piers Morgan's producers called him directly. And we talked about it briefly, and I said, we have to do it. We have to. Because the one thing I know about Piers Morgan is he is a smart prey.
As the controversy around Jay-Z and Diddy deepens, Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard and outspoken critic, has ignited the internet with a shocking claim. According to Deal, Jay-Z wasn't merely an innocent bystander in Diddy's alleged web of crimes and misdeeds. He was a silent accomplice, complicit in Diddy's actions throughout. This explosive assertion has added fuel to the already intense public scrutiny surrounding both moguls.
How do you feel about people constantly trying to drag Jay-Z into this Diddy situation when I haven't really seen like one piece of evidence that ties him to this at all?
Well, I would say this. It's kind of funny to me, man, is that Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough where he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay-Z. This is back in the early 2000s. And one day, Asler, Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him, when in fact, they may be two of the same, but because Jay-Z is low-key, that low-key sneaky And Diddy is, and was rambunctious, you know, just out with it. It don't mean that they not two of the same. One just a little quiet with it.
What happened at the basketball game? When they ran into, you guys ran into Jay-Z?
They were just talking. They was talking amongst each other about their little white girls. They little skinny white girls.
And I mean, did Diddy always say negative things about Jay around you?
The time he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at Jay, yeah. He was. They worked it out.
Was there a reason behind it?
I couldn't tell you the reason behind it. It's probably because Big had died. I don't know what it was, man. I don't know why he wanted Ja Rule to go at Jay. I guess if he kept them beefing or kept them into some he could rise up in between both of them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It definitely was some snake.
Well, you know, Meek Mill is also someone who has been tied into this whole Diddy situation. We talked about Dawn from Dirty Money a little bit earlier, and one of the things she said was that she was with Diddy at a dinner when he punched Cassie in front of Usher, Neo, and Jimmy Iovine and other high-profile guests. What do you think of that?
And those men sit up there and seen her being by him, and they did what everybody else did for years in the industry. They kept it quiet and kept doing business with him.
Do you think a lot of people know what Puff was doing and kind of just turned a blind eye?
Yeah. That's a no-brainer.